Welcome everyone, my name is LikeIt's1985 and today we're going to take a look at Transformers Masterpiece TIGERTRACK, which of course is a recolor of the original Masterpiece Sideswipe figure. So looking at the box actually is different from the Sideswipe figure box. You can see it's basically black with some silver foil. Take a look at the top here and the sides, and finally the back. You can see here the silver foil does show through really well. Alright, let's go ahead and crack open the box and I'll show you what's inside here. So of course you get the figure with the accessories. We'll go over that in a minute here. And you also get some more bits of, not really accessories, but information here, I guess you'd call it. You have the instruction sheet. And overall the transformation is actually pretty fun. And not too difficult, not too easy, just about right in terms of the difficulty of the transformation. So you got that. On the other side you have a kind of like information here, apparently about TIGERTRACK. Then you have a picture of TIGERTRACK, which is pretty cool. You can see him there. And then you have a look at how the various accessories are supposed to be used on the figure. So there is that. Then you have this little collector card slash bio card, I guess, with the stats on the back for the character. And finally, left over here is a small sticker sheet with two differently sized Autobot symbols there. So putting that to the side, let me go ahead and show you what's in the plastic tray here. Of course, you got the figure itself, as you can see, comes packaged in vehicle mode. And then you have the accessories here. You have what the instructions call the electron pulse gun. You have a laser homing surface-to-air launcher. It's not actually a functional launcher. There's no spring in here. This is all one solid piece of plastic. And finally you have these two bits here. They call them the screwdrivers. They actually mount on the robot mode and take the place of the hands. You can see right here how that works. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a close look at TIGERTRACK, or TIGERTRACK. Alright, so let's have a look at the vehicle form for TIGERTRACK. And I do want to say I'm really pleased that Takara actually got the license, the official license from Lamborghini. So this is actually a officially licensed Lamborghini product. And it shows in the design of the vehicle mode here. Very nice, very accurate to the actual Lamborghini Countach vehicle. So we can take a look at the front here. You can see they use clear plastic here to represent the headlamps. Looking at the side here, that's a very, I would say, recognizable profile of the Lamborghini Countach, as well as the back profile here. Taking a look at the taillights, the spoiler. Really cool. They even actually have the accurate rims here for this particular model of Lamborghini. Looking at the undercarriage here, the nice thing I like about this is not a whole lot of robot parts showing. You can kind of see here the hips and the waist panel here, but that's about it. So really nice and tidy underneath the undercarriage. As far as rollability, it does roll really well. And as far as weapons, you can mount the missile launcher here. There's actually a little indent right there. You can plug it in like that. And furthermore, you can actually plug in the handle of the rifle for that type of effect. So there is that option. So next thing I want to do is move on to size comparisons. And if you're a car guy like me and you happen to be a Transformers fan, the question on your mind most likely is, how does this compare in size in vehicle mode compared to like the Alternity line or the Binaltech / Alternators line? So first, let's have a look at Masterpiece TIGERTRACK here compared to the Classics Sunstreaker mold. You can see there the size difference in terms of length and width. So there's that. Here is a comparison with a Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe class figure. This happens to be Swerve / Sideswipe. You can see they're pretty comparable in size, and in terms of real life representation, I don't know if that's actually to scale, but it's pretty close. You can see there the comparison there. So for the final size comparison, let me bring in Alternator's Shockwave, and you can see the difference there in size as well. I believe the Alternators line / Biotech was in the 1:24 scale. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. But you can definitely see this a great size or scale difference between the two figures there in vehicle form. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the transformation from vehicle mode into robot mode. Okay, so let's first take a look at the articulation for this figure. At the neck there is a swivel joint. Inside the head there's a separate joint allowing the head to tilt forwards and backwards. And you have arm articulation at the shoulder, at the bicep, and at the elbow, 90 degrees. The hand rotates around. Then you have a joint here allowing the four fingers to close like so. Swivel at the waist. Then you have the articulation here at the legs. And finally at the ankles. So in terms of weapons, well, let's go ahead and mount his cannon here. You can do it on either shoulder. There's a square slot there. You can tab in the weapon here, like so. And then of course we'll go ahead and arm him up with his gun here. And let's see, there actually is, looks like there's a slot that matches up with a tab on the grip, allowing the figure to hold the weapon securely, even with his fingers, you know, open, but you can certainly close them like that. So that's pretty cool. What you can do is you can take one of these here, and you'll notice that there's one side has a hollow exposed area there. You want to make sure that's on the inside, and this should fit into the slots around the wrist area like that. And so you have an additional one here for the other side. So you do have that display factor with that accessory as well. Okay, so in this size comparison, on the right we have the Alternator's Sunstreaker. Well, technically it's actually Vinyltech Sunstreaker. And on the left is the Universe Classics Sunstreaker. So as you can see, the Masterpiece TIGERTRACK figure does stand about in the middle in terms of comparison of size / scale in robot mode. And here is a size comparison with Alternity Convoy. And here is how the Patrol Specialist, not Ironhide figure, compares to TIGERTRACK. And here is a comparison with the recently released Masterpiece Soundwave figure. Unfortunately, I do not have the newer releases of the Masterpiece Prime figures, so instead I'll have to show you the MP4 Prime here in robot mode, and we all know how oversized that figure is, but just as a comparison, MP4 Prime versus TIGERTRACK. Here is the Transformers Prime First Edition Optimus Prime figure next to TIGERTRACK. So my final thoughts on this figure. Can I recommend you pick it up? Well, maybe. I say maybe because, you know, the price of these Masterpiece transforming cars are a bit steep. I think I paid around $85 to $95 for this, which is about the average rate for this particular mold, whether it's Sideswipe or Red Alert. Putting the price aside just for a few minutes here, I want to discuss just the merits of the figure, just based on the figure itself, without the price being a factor. Without the price being a factor, I do recommend this figure. The way it transforms is intuitive. It's complex enough to be interesting, but not overly complex to be frustrating. Some of the Alternity line, some of the Vinyltech line are just, in certain areas of the figure, are just too complex for their own good and can lead to frustration. This figure is easily accessible as far as transformation goes. I do really like the figure a lot. It's posable. The transform is very nice. The one thing I wish the figure had was actual die-cast metal parts. Even if it was just in the feet, it would lend the figure just that extra weight that's really nice. I would have liked to seen some die-cast metal in the figure. Of course, that would probably drive the price up, so there you go. That's probably why they didn't put the die-cast metal in there. But nonetheless, I would have liked to seen that in the figure. It's not really a knock against the figure, just something I would have liked to seen. So, not really a negative, just something I would have liked to have as a part of the figure. And I'm really looking forward to the future releases that are coming up in the Masterpiece line for the car Transformers, like Smokescreen and Prowl and Wheeljack and even the G1 Masterpiece Bumblebee figure. Alright, well this has been my review of the Masterpiece TIGERTRACK figure from Takara Tomy. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.